Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In this video I want to cover another exciting project, and that's Augur. Now these guys are creating a decentralized open source prediction platform. So welcome to the future of forecasting. So this works by giving you a financial incentive to put your money where your mouth is and predict future real world events. So this is a zero-sum game. There can only be one outcome in the real world. And by betting on the odds of the likelihood of things occurring, we can accurately predict the future. And I'll talk about how this all works as we move through the presentation. So we can create bets on anything from presidential elections to stock prices, sporting events, anything that you like through the Augur markets. Those traders that place bets are going to earn real money and benefit from accurately predicting the future. So this all comes from that theory of, wisdom of the crowd, collective intelligence, game theory, that a group of people can more accurately predict an outcome than any one individual through that collective knowledge of all available information out there being priced in as money flows into these bets. So if something's 50-50, those shares should be trading for 50 cents. But if something's more likely to happen, people are going to buy those shares because they believe that's going to be the outcome that will be worth $1. Again, it's a zero-sum game. So if a share price has 64 cents, theoretically it has a 64% probability of happening, if these markets are working well and all available information is priced in. So decentralization is the key. So Augur is a decentralized platform built on top of Ethereum. It can't be switched off. Anyone can create their own market for anything. So breaking down those borders, there's going to be financial incentives to create markets, as well as those people that are betting on markets that believe they can be right, as well as rep token holders reporting and verifying the outcome of bets being rewarded. This is going to result in lower fees than traditional platforms and legacy sort of betting structures. So those fees are set by users, and as more people create bets, it's going to be competitive. So fees are going to get lower and lower. Safe and automated payments built on the Ethereum blockchain, allowing for fast settlement processes, no human intervention, no human error. So Augur can be done for anything. So here's a few examples here, world events, Bitcoin price, sports events, US North Korea relations. The team have had a few setbacks. So this is currently only in beta, on the test net. It's a little bit clunky. So just want to show you their website here. But look, they do have a great team that have been working hard behind the scenes since their ICO a couple of years ago, where they raised $5 million, which was quite a lot at the time. Maybe not in the scheme of things now. But check out some interviews on YouTube with Jack Peterson and Joey Krug if you want an in-depth insight into how they're going about this in the background. But look, I think this is a really strong team that had a few setbacks. They're ironing out bugs, but I believe this has got every chance to be a fantastic product when it's rolled out and the user interfaces are all upgraded and ready to roll. So the great man himself there as one of the advisors. So anyone can create a new market there, and you can set the fees, you can choose binary yes or no outcomes, multiple choice, scalable ranges. Okay, you can set the variables and the parameters, the fees. You can make a unique bet, create that market, and then users can choose if they want to bet and flow money in to your smart contract. So here's one here: will the stock price of Apple reach $170 a share before 1st of November? Now you set the fees. Here's a bid and ask order book, the same as a crypto exchange, which a lot of you will be used to by now. So if you think the odds are better than 50-50, you'd be happy to buy. And if you think that's 100% chance of happening, then you buy that share for 50 cents because you believe that will be worth $1. You believe that you'll be right and you'll get paid out through that Ethereum smart contract. So again, a little bit confusing here. Again, they're going to upgrade their user interface, but bid, ask, the number of people bidding and the number of people selling there. So guys, have a play around with it, have a look, but just keep in mind that it's still a work in progress. So the two types of fees I've already touched on. So market creator fees. So you set the fees when you create a bet and you earn half of the fees created. The other half of the fees go to those owners of rep tokens who report and verify that the outcome was correct before the fees are settled through that Ethereum smart contract. So, you know, if you win a bet, you win $100. If that was a 50-50 bet, you might have bet $50. If that was a 10% chance of happening, you might have only had to bet $10. But if that outcome occurs, you get the full amount. So you get that $100 minus the creator fee, which might have been 0.05%, and minus the reporter fee. They verify the outcome of the bet. So you still end up with $99.85. Again, this is going to be far more competitive than traditional centralized markets. So there have been some setbacks, as I touched on. You know, critical vulnerability found back in July. These guys are ironing out the bugs. It's better that they have this out, you know, ironing these bugs out on the test net rather than the hacks and with the problems we see with projects that are already live on the Ethereum mainnet. Keep an eye on their Reddit, their timeline there, ticking the boxes. They're hoping to launch live in the coming months with that bug bounty. I'm sure they're going to get these contracts audited. You know, I've touched on projects like QuantStamp. I believe they're giving these weekly updates here, so keep an eye on their Medium as well. So much to like about this platform though. So lower fees, censorship resistance, breaking down those barriers. Doesn't matter if you're in Russia and you want to place bets on, you know, US stocks that you would have otherwise not been able to gain exposure to. The possibilities really are endless. So create your own markets. They resolve without that trusted third party. The rep token holders, we want to earn fees. We want to verify the outcomes of those bets correctly. Now there is a dispute process with bonds, but I won't get into that too much now. Stable coins are going to make this even better again. So think about if you made a bet and you earned 20%, but the price of Ethereum was to drop 20%. So, you know, once we have Make or Die, another project I covered recently, it just stabilizes what the peg of the base of the currency that we're making these bets against, rather than cryptocurrency, which can be volatile. So faster trades than legacy platforms. We know that Ethereum's scaling for high transactions per second. This allows you to create margin and leverage positions, so you can construct bets in a way that if something's a 10% chance of happening, I guess that's similar to creating a 10 times leverage position. So you can bet $100 to make 1,000, effectively creating a 10 times leverage bet. Automatic rollovers, so that's just in relation to futures contracts in the stock world. So we can make Augur contracts that automatically roll over each month. And dark pools, so this is, you know, allowing for people to bet anonymously on anything through cryptocurrency, rather than having to create accounts with betting platforms or you know, stockbrokers and that sort of thing. So guys, plenty to like about this. I've certainly been adding this one to my long-term portfolio, again on the dips. I just think there's such a big market cap for the betting industry, you know, the stock world, all these sort of betting outcomes that people are going to be able to make in the future, currently sitting at a 300 million market cap, as well as those rewards that the rep token holders are going to collect. So plenty to like about this project, one that I hold. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, share these videos around, and as always, thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.